purposeful rotation. Clock. You can come all the way down. You can do it. 10. And lift that leg up and then back down. Bring that knee in that straight core here and lifting that leg down into a squat. And you see how my arms are coming back, squeezes now, and how that truly engages over across the foot. You can even take inhale. Okay, well, good morning, and we will get started here with a warm-up. We'll start with a little rotation here, and I'm going to start with reaching up and pulling that belly in, pulling that shoulder down, warming those shoulders up right there, and that breath, and I'm rotating those hips just like you're doing there. A few moments. She's here. She's not on screen. Not on screen. So it's nice to have a couple of you in here. All right, let's go center. Center. Purposeful rotation. Taking that leg back and back. Almost get a little stretch through the hip flexor there. And shoulders down. How are you doing? Good. Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's go wide. First, we'll just push off those heels and get those inner thighs and kind of the back of the legs. Still sticking the rear end out there. Push it out. Low. Couple more here. And now let's hinge it back and rotate over across the foot. You can even take our upper body with us. Take that head with you. Stay low. Stay low. Getting the sides of the waistline through here. I'll let you hear a few more. That looks good. Almost an airplane like that. Taking that on back like that. Looks good. And one, and alternate, and two, and alternate, and then go ahead and come on up. And we can hop or step in, and now let's get the row with the rear end kick, and kicking it, and kicking it. While we're kicking it and squeezing those elbows back, feeling that belly engage there. Nice. Looks good. It's good to see everybody. These mornings. And kicking it. Feel that hamstring fire there. You got it. Back that way. Squeeze it. And squeeze it. And squeeze it. Okay, now I want to get a little bit of posture. So let's grab a band or no band. Doesn't matter. But a lightweight one. That's probably fine. All right, so I want to pull this open just slightly, and a little bit lighter weight. Resistance? Yes. Yes. What color is it, you said? Oh, yeah. It looks like it is. A little bit less resistance. Okay, so this one for posture, I'm going to keep the elbows straight, and I'm just going to pull it back slightly and go down into a squat. And you see how my arms are coming back behind me and then coming back up. And I'm going to keep those shoulders back behind just a little bit. I don't want a lot of resistance here. I'm just looking to open up this whole shoulder through, right through the tops of those shoulders and that chest. It gets very tight through there. So if we pull them back, and I find it's hard, even looking at myself, it's hard to tell if My arms are straight, just a little bit, and that squat, pulling it back intentionally. Don't want it going into the neck though. Oh, that looks really good. You feel that stretch through the top of the shoulders and the chest? It isn't really the top of the shoulders, it's that chest and back, chest. Nice. Stretching it back. Always trying to open up our chest at any age. Far back behind you, Haley. I don't want it to hurt your neck. Just take it back. Yes, it is. Okay. All right, that's good there. We are going to start with I want to go lighter weight, and I'm going to go 2 weights. I say lighter, it just doesn't have to be real heavy. We are going to balance. I'll show you. We're going to go into a reverse lunge, so the feet are about hip width, keeping them, when you step back, stepping back like you're on that railroad track, not that tightrope. Driving that foot down, I want to come up and balance and lift that leg up and then back down. Balance up. You don't have to balance, you can just come up and lift and lower, down and lift it up. Single side. And I just thought lighter weights a little bit on this one. And I don't want any shifting. We're not shifting, driving that back knee down and lifting up. Driving it down, tap it, up, tap, down, lift it, balance. About 40 seconds on the clock. We can come all the way down and up, pushing through that back heel. Front heel. And lift up, down, and lift up. This will warm you up. All right, here you go, shaking it out. Feel it on that front hip, huh? Even though we're extending that back, here we go, getting ready. Stepping back, driving that back knee down. Notice my knees aren't falling in. I'm watching those knees coming up and balance. One side a little more challenging than the other. Look at that focal point y'all have. Looks good. Nice. And down and up. If we slow them down, you can hold it up into that balance, or we can speed them up and just extension up. It's almost cardio-ish. And feeling it in that thigh. And the hip. And the opposite hip as well. All right, we got those. Let me get your head wrapped up a little bit. Now, I'm still hanging light. I'm going to go 1 weight. And I'm doing light because we're doing a wide leg deadlift. And I want to keep it light for that low back work. I'll show you the work. And then deadlift, wide leg deadlift, curtsy, back cross lunge one side, wide leg deadlift, soft knees here, back nice and straight, gaze neutral, out, up, and rotating over, up, back wide leg, deadlift, up, and that's going to be rear end comes way back. Over, getting a little rotation. Got it? I'll watch that for a moment. There we go. Wide leg up. We're going to get a rotation here. Good. Looks good. That good weight there. They feel a little different though, wide leg. You can tell we don't have that support of the legs underneath that low back and the rear end and the hamstrings. The backs of the legs. There it is. All right. And if you do feel that in your low back, you can bring your legs up closer together on that one. All right. And next, we're going to take the weight up to our chest. Come down into a sumo. You're going to hold this sumo, and we're going to go side to side. If this bothers your knees, you can come up a little bit. You don't have to go down. If it gets to be too much for the whole 40 seconds, you come up, you can still take side to side any way you want. Or you can hold it here and hit it down. I'm not coming forward on this. We've got 15 seconds left. Notice I'm not coming forward on these. I want to keep it through the sides, almost the back side here. Breathing. All right, let's put that weight down. We're going to go into, I call them reverse lunge runs. We've done reverse lunges today, but it's just tapping back, slightly bent knee, and switching, switching, switching. Or you could just tap back. Whatever works. We've got 30 seconds. Let's keep that heart rate up. You can do it. You can do it. We're going to go fast here. We're going to have any impact. Tap, 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 tap. Like making you work fast. Works that brain. And here we go. Last 10 seconds, we're going to double time. Ready? 10. Go. 10. Work 10. Even here, we can double time just with tapping. Very good. Did it. Knocked it out. Catch your breath. We started with that. Yeah, it was just a split squat. So let's do that for 40 seconds. There we go. Driving that back knee down. Up, lift. Bringing it back down. Up, extend. Balance. Up, extend. Weight is on the heel of that front foot and lift it. Good. Looks good. Nice. Good work, both of you. Balance there? How about that, huh? Use you, Vicky. Nice and controlled. Lifting that hip, feeling it in both hips. Actually, the hip you're with the leg you're standing on, and the hip you're extending. All right, better shake it out a little bit. Might feel that with 3 sets there. Ready? Take that a little back. Remember, watching roll, make sure it's not on that tightrope. Driving that back knee down, up, and a little more challenge on this side for me. So good for us to work those challenging sides. And lift it up. Nice. 20 seconds. We've got it. Lift it up, down, and lift it up. Got it, working it. Good work. Some balance in legs and adding that extra weight. Nice work. We're going into that single weight and doing the wide leg deadlift, reverse, crossover, lunge, right here. Hinging, rearing weight. Push up through those heels. Reverse, cross leg, deadlift. Always with these, there's not as many wide leg deadlifts, splitting them up with that back crossover or curtsy. Watching. Looks good. Nice. Talk about getting some footwork in here without wearing shoes. Bending those toes, gripping onto the ground. Really feel that. Looks great. This looks good. Then we're into those sumo holds. So taking that weight right up to the chest with those elbows to the hip. Coming on down up here. And then still is back here. Going over to the side and over to the side. A lot of hitting the sides of the waistline. Doesn't get hit all the time in everyday life. Start feeling stronger. Will give us a little range of motion. Rotation work. Some strength. Nice work, ladies. Keeping that squat in there at sumo. Guys, let's see what we've got. 8, 7, nice. 6, feeling that. And pushing up through those heels and stepping in. All reverse lunge, run, and stepping back, and pushing. Good. Notice I like it. You're always pushing those knees out. It looks good. Push it. Speed up. Slow it down. Whatever speed feels good to you. Legs are fatigued a bit already. 15 seconds. We'll speed it up for the last 10. Get that brain sending those signals. Here we go. Double time. You've got it. Double time. Huge. Tap. 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 Alright, kick it out. Let's take our 15. That's a nice stretch there. That's that McKinsey method stretch. But that is it. So the fact that that feels good to you it's a good thing. It is. He kind of turns his hands down here, pushes through, and brings it back, and it's good for the neck too. Only if it feels okay. Not if it doesn't feel okay. All right, we're going back to that split squat. So we've got, with that hip extension, we've got our weights here. Nice. All right, feet hip width. Stepping back into that split squat. Driving that back knee down. That squat. Pushing off that back toe. Coming up into that hip extension and driving. 40 seconds on the clock. Down and lifting it up. Nice. Good work. Working those legs. Got some upper body work in the next set. And just get all right, so here we go, other side. And stepping back with that opposite leg, driving that knee down. I am curious though about that. And coming up. I want to put a care package together. Something. I think frozen food is always good. Whole Foods frozen food. You know it's good food. And you don't have to eat it right away. You can put it in the freezer, and I didn't have to cook it. It is. I've done it before. You know, and then they can eat it whatever they want. You know, I like that. Okay, here we go. Wide leg deadlift with that curtsy lunge, crossover reverse lunge. Here we go. And wide leg. And back. And pushing up through those heels. And coming over with a little rotation. Look how I'm staying very upright here. And definitely have some fatigue in the legs. Good. Rotating. Up. Looks good. Really does look good, ladies. Like it. Get the low back. We're still getting those legs and inner thighs a bit here, and there goes that quad. All right, we're taking that weight up to the chest. Our last exercise here. Third set. Wide legs. Coming down for that sumo hold and side to side. Merlin. Sometimes he looks at me when I call his name. He looks at the screen. It's funny. 20 seconds, we can do it. Hold strong, hold strong. You can do it without coming up. Feel the burn. You can do it. 10, 9, When we get to 10, we can really hold it. It's good, it's good. And 3, 2, 1. Pushing up through those heels. And shaking it up. Nice work, y'all. Shake it out. Get a drink of water. Wipe the sweat off. I'm going to use our bands. I want to get in a palms up row. So we're going to take the band and put it underneath the feet. I just ordered some more bands. So if we get anybody else that joins in these, I have bands to give away. I'm cinching down a little bit on these. It is a row. We've got a strong back here. The tail is coming out the little fingers. I am hinging, straight back, belly's engaged, soft knees. For the row, we're driving those elbows back, and I want the palms up. I'm going to rotate, so it's a rotating row, and those palms are coming forward and driving those elbows back. Feeling that work through the back. And if it's not enough work, you can cinch lower. If it's too much work, or the beauty of the band, if it's too much, you just release a little bit of the band and driving those elbows back. I'm getting a little squeeze back here. You know, they really talk about the isometric squeezes now and how that truly engages so many more muscles of any part of the body with that little isometric squeeze. And then we're not too heavy so that we can barely pick it up and drop it down. So we're getting all those little muscles with that isometric squeeze, especially in the back. Okay, now let's take that band out. We're going to get our reverse flies in. And here, the tail is coming out of the little finger. And the work is through the shoulders. And just pulling them apart and working the back of the shoulders. If you feel like it's going into the neck, sometimes I'll take it a little lower. I feel like it's going into the neck. And make sure it's not too much through the elbows, but that you're working the movements through the shoulders. Even though I really think this elbow work, we could do some, all right, I'm getting off there, but I think we could get some triceps in with that one. Next time. Here we go, 10, 9, you start feeling it a little bit, back of those shoulders. I'm taking it a little lower and feeling the difference, taking it a little higher, taking it a little lower. If you feel it going into those traps in the neck, you might want to take it a little lower. Now I'm going to go into a plank on a bench or the back of your chair. Make sure you're not going to push out on these, that you've got that chair or your bench. Your bench. And what do you got there? Your table? Oh, good. There's your chair. And so make sure those shoulders are stacked over the wrist. You're going to step out. You've got that plank going. Now, instead of a rotation, I'm just going to take that knee up to the elbow or the wrist, depending on how high or low you are. And keep going there. Start at the clock. And so I'm going to show you a little lower here. So now my knee will come more to my elbow. I'm not getting a rotation in. We've had quite a bit of rotation. So let's just bring it up. It's just core here and lifting that leg. And if you can't lift the leg at all, you stay right here. Or you start with lifting just one leg. And I'm watching for the belly not sagging. We've got 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now for cardio, I'm going to go into a squat and come up to the toes. And you can wait for the 15 seconds for our recovery. It can even be wide leg. Down, up onto the toes. Down, up, and let's take those arms up, down, up. And of course, if you want, you can get a little pop in here. Up, or up on the toes, up on the toes, up on the toes. And here I am, still trying to keep those arms back, not so much forward. We've got 15 seconds. Get that calf raise in here. Heel raise. Up, Working 15. Flat band rows. Get those ready. Set up there. And I'm not crossing these over. And the tail comes out with the little finger. And this one I did rotate that palm forward. And we hinged over. Hinge, I like to use that word hinge, not rounding hinge. And rounding that back. And here we go. Rotation. Going from palms facing each other to palms forward. We're under load during the rotation, meaning those muscles are being worked during the rotation of the arms, and then that back, squeezing that back, making sure your head stays neutral, not that neck dropping, driving the elbows back. It's that drive of the elbows, not closing up on the top, just the elbows, no movement in that lower arm. Very good. Now we're going into the back of the shoulders. We work the back, and now still staying on the back side of the body with those reverse flies. Palms are down, tails out. Not going too resistant. And setting yourself up. Weight is back, never forward, and opening up the back of the shoulders. If you keep it light enough, you can use that isometric hold when you get back, or you can make it harder and just pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. There's advantages to both. I just don't want to feel it in the neck, so I can't come a little higher, or I can stay a little low. It's fine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Definitely fatigue going on there. And then we did our planks. Going over to your chair. You can either do the high plank or the lower plank. Getting those wrists underneath the shoulders. Stepping out, keeping those wrists underneath the shoulders, or I would be pushing this chair out. And then same side, no rotation, just keep it in that plank and bringing that knee in, just bringing the knee in. Feeling that core work every time you lift that leg and bring that knee in. You're in that straight line, in that straight line. Challenge yourself, lower, and in that straight line. 8, 7, 6, 5. Now for our using those arms again. Let's take our 15 seconds. So here we go, wide. We are coming down and up on those toes. Down, up on those toes, or getting up. Up on those toes. Turn those heels in. Turn those heels in. Arms can help you on that hop. You got it. 14, 13, 12. Nice. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We fatigue those arms. Woo. Nice work, you guys. All right, here we go. Tail coming out of the little finger and hinging it over, palms facing, driving those elbows back and taking those palms forward. Rotating those palms. Feels different with that little rotation under load instead of just our typical row. Good, driving the elbows back a little more. Drive them back instead of working the front arm. Ready? Drop them down and pull them back. Drop them down and drive them back. Let's go. There it is, right here. Driving those elbows back. Look at that elbow going to the ceiling. Driving that elbow to the ceiling. There you go. That's it. Nice. Very good. All right, going into those reverse flies, our last set. However you're feeling is what resistance you're going to use. How close or how far away you want to bend. And here we go. Soft knees, and weighten that hip, and pulling it over. We've got good posture through these. Good posture. Belly's engaged. Pull it over. Feel that belly engaged. Pull it over. Through those shoulders. We can do it. Good. Last 20 seconds here. Can you pick up the pace a little bit? We want, if you start feeling it in that neck, slow it down. Give yourself a little more slack and slow it down. Otherwise, we'll speed it up a little bit. And pull it. And pull it. And pull it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Got that working there. Now we're going into those planks, working that core. Our core work here. High or low. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists. And then stepping out and stepping out. Boy, if I wasn't on top of this, it would be sliding. And it's one of the main things about the plank that I see, or push-ups, is people take their arms way in front and you don't have nearly the power. I'm not saying it's not an exercise in some cases, but not in this case. You're just going into this plank and holding that core. No sagging. Only 10 seconds left. 8, 5, and 3. Good work. And now for our, it's really almost like a jack, isn't it? Sumo, a wide sumo jack, but not moving the legs, taking those arms and going up into that calf. Here we go. Down and up, down, up, down. Powering those heels up, powering those heels up, powering those heels up. You got it. Feel those calves engage. Or if you want to get a hop in there, you can hop it up, hop it up, hop it up, up and down, up and down. Mix it up. We have got 10 seconds left for this set, and then we're going to go down to the mat. Remember that breath. Got it. Good job, ladies. I'm going to do a bicycle. I'm going to do a squeeze bridge. And I may do a back extension. If we have time, I think we will. So if you can find something to squeeze on that bridge, a towel, a pillow, something like that, working the inner thigh. Maybe it's working the rear end and the hamstrings a bit too. But I'm really going for the inner thigh, honestly. So, you don't need any weights. You can bring your stretch strap. Okay. All right, that's got it. We're down a little bit. So you can't cheat. Just kidding, okay. We got that pillow or whatever we've got there. I think I'll use my towel. So laying back. All right. So those knees are bent, feet flat. Take your towel. Let's put it up close to the groin area, whatever it is. And I'm going to do it long direction so I can hit all of that inner thigh. Now, let's put those feet all the way together. I'm really going to bring my heels in on this one as much as you can. It's really all it requires. Arms are down. You're going to push through the heels. So come on up. Shift your weight from the neck to the heels. Claw myself down a bit. You're going to keep your hips high. And I want you to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you release, I want you to keep those hips high. And squeeze, 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 and release. Working the inner thigh. So important here. We work to the hips. Today, I just want to make sure we get good inner thigh and the glutes, of course. The rear end is totally squeezing. See how high you can push up and open those hip flexors. It's surprising sometimes if you ever look at yourself, you think you're pushing through so high, and it's really not. And we are squeezing for several seconds and then releasing. 40 seconds total. Squeeze, 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 release. Now I really want you to squeeze and push up. We are pulsing. Squeeze, push up. Squeeze, push up. And now you're going to hold it for 5 and squeeze it 5 more. 3, 2, 1, and drop down. I felt my shoulders sliding up into my seat. Okay, we're going to do bicycle. I'm going to get a little more of that core in. Timer decided not to work on me for some reason. All right, let's do it. Let's bring one knee up in tabletop, other knee up in tabletop. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. I want you to, let's just take the one leg out and the other leg out. That's all we're doing here. I'm trying to glide my heel along the ground. I'm not going to be lifting. I'm trying to get that lower abdomen to work. And I'm going to work on keeping those legs in tabletop instead of dropping those heels down. Gliding it along the floor, gliding that heel along the floor. This is Pilates move here. Really kind of Pilates going on. And I will tell you, if your head, neck, and shoulders get fatigued, you can drop them down. Otherwise, you can keep it up. A few more here. We'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, pull them in. You can either pull one knee in, and then the other knee in, or you can go behind your leg. It's too tough for that one. All right, let's see what I got here. Good. Okay, now I'm going to turn over, and we're going to do a back extension. Let's put those hands underneath the shoulders. I'm going to take this towel and put it underneath my head. The hands are going to give you support for that low back. I want you to feel your belly brace and engage and lift the upper body up. I don't want you to lift too far. I want you to feel that back engage, and we're dropping it down. And lift up, not pushing myself all the way up. I just want to engage the back a little bit. Just a little back extension. 30 more seconds. And drop it down. Lift it up and drop it down. Watch your lip. Lift it up and drop it down. Good. Do you feel that? Could you see? Okay, here we go. I had a feeling you didn't see it. It's just lift it up. And I'm really using my back, but I like the support in case you need it. I'm not doing a push-up. I'm just using the low back, working that low back. Now you're going to push up and you're going to come back and around that back. Go the opposite direction here. Flat on your belly. And your hands are down and your feet are about hip width. Let's put our forehead on a towel. Now I want you to bend one knee and take the opposite hand and hit that heel with your hand. And drop it back down, and again. It's a little brain work, but I like it. It's like you have to figure out where your heel is. We're crossing over center. I want to say you can lift that leg up off the ground when you start feeling comfortable with it. This is firing that hamstring as well. Lift it and lift it. And lift it. I probably won't do it again, but I thought I'd try it. I'm going to watch you. Last few seconds. All right, that's enough there. Okay, let's push ourselves back into child's pose. It can be wide leg, whatever works for you, depending on range of motion through the knees, really. You just stay pretty forward on those with the knee replacements, but you can still get the back extension on, the rounding of the back on there. All right, we're going back over onto our back and do that squeeze again. And then we will stretch. Let's go ahead and get your pad or pillow. Got it, good job. It's good for us to have to roll over and go back and forth like that in case we ever end up on the ground. And taking that pillow and putting it up toward the groin area, putting those feet both together, bringing the heels as close as you can to the rear end, coming up into that bridge, pushing through those hips, squeeze, opening up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I'm going to drop my shoulders down, almost crawling my hands, pulling my hands, and release, squeeze, 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 and release. 3 to 5 more seconds. Good. Nice work. Love the pillow. Let's do the bicycle. I'm going to go this direction. We'll do the bicycle again. This time I am going to rotate from elbow to opposite knee. And bringing one knee in tabletop, other knee in tabletop, driving one leg out, reaching over. I don't really want to take my whole elbow because I'm afraid it just goes into this rotation thing. I want to lift that shoulder blade off the mat, off the mat. It's more shoulder to knee. You got it. Another 15. Oh, it looks good. It really does look good. And 3, 2, 1. All right, grab your stretch strap. Let's get those stretches going. I'll get that clock on. Getting that strap ready. Stretch straps. You guys have your strap if you don't have it. Use the kind of belt. Putting that loop over. Remember to put your hand through the loop. Straight leg, pulling it back towards you. And 20 seconds. Breathing through that. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, just letting it rest a little bit further into the stretch. Inhale here, exhale, let's take it up to the side. Tugging up on that leg. Making sure your opposite side of the body is still on that mat. Tugging up, breathing, exhale. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, taking it across the body, all the way across, tugging up, still got your hand in that loop. Opposite arm can be out to the side, keeping that other shoulder blade, opposite shoulder blade down. You can even look the other direction for your neck. Inhale and exhale, tugging up toward the face. Inhale here, exhale, taking it back to center, and that angle over the knee, pulling it into toward the face again, pulling it in. Really feeling a good stretch through that hip. Seconds. Good. Inhale here, exhale, drop, keep that ankle over the knee, drop that foot to the ground, drop your knee to the ground, and a good stretch through the side of the waist. Inhale and exhale, nice stretch. It looks pretty good out there. It was pretty cool out this morning. Back to center. Now you're going to turn over onto your side. And bring that strap up over your shoulder. Put your hand through the loop. And pull that toe. Knee back. Really get a great stretch through that quadricep. Let's let that clock run. Yeah, it's nice and cool this morning. Wait, here's your 20 seconds. Okay, you two. Thank you. Good work. See you later.